let's talk about those people that are too hot to handle. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would switch things up a little bit and do a commentary on a show that has come out on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. Not sure if you've heard of it, but the title is Too Hot to Handle. When I first saw it, it actually really caught my attention. The people that were like on the background, they just looked so diverse, and I also saw that there was a narrator in the show, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to check this out. So basically, it's a reality show about dating. As Chloe, one of the cast members, puts it, she says the hottest people in the world are put together to come to this paradise island to spend 1 month of their summer vacation together. And these people are known for being the commitment-phobic swipesters. Like, they swipe through like dating apps. That's why they were brought to this paradise. So there's a plot twist in this show. I should have mentioned, this is it PG rated? Just, if you're below 15, I guess, don't watch. Click out now. We're just gonna go ahead and like watch the beginning. Let's go.
If you were in paradise,
try and resist it if you like.
with these people, and had to resist sex, could you? Hell no.
So in a way, it's like Love is Blind, because they're put in the show to form a more meaningful connection, not to look at somebody and just be in love with their physical appearance and nothing more. They wanted them to go above the shallowness and just, like I said, form a more meaningful relationship. So the narrator in the show is actually Desiree Burch, I believe. And I love the plot twist as well. That's another reason why I guess I kind of just blew through the show really quickly. We're just gonna go in and talk about everybody. We're just gonna watch a little bit of each character so that you can put a face to each character. Actually, let's take a look at Lana.
Hi, I'm Lana. My purpose is to put the guests on the path towards making deeper and more meaningful connections.
Alright, so that was Lana. Let's move on to the characters. So Chloe was the first one to enter into the retreat, and this is Chloe.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm 20 years old. I'm quite ditzy as well.
I think she puts it well. So Chloe's name is Chloe Vitek, Veitch. She's from Essex, UK, and honestly, my opinion about her is that she is ditzy, like she said. Like, she's a little bit clumsy, a little bit airheaded sometimes, but I feel like throughout the entire process that you could see that she was developing. I really expected for her to go crazy and break the rules right away, but she held herself like to a high standard, and I really like that about her. And also, she's beautiful. All the girls and all the boys in this show are beautiful. You're gonna see that. So let's move on.
I'm a feminist, yes. I studied women and gender studies at college. If you really pay attention, you kind of get the blueprint to how to pick up women.
Sharon. So a little bit about Sharon. His last name is Townsend, and he's from New Jersey, USA. You can kind of tell that he's from the US. He's 25 years old, and like he said, he studied women and gender studies in a way so that he can learn how to pick up women, I guess, or just relate to women more. I didn't really fancy his character too much because he formed a relationship with somebody, but like he was holding back, and I didn't like that about him, and I feel like he took away from her in a way, but I guess down the line he kind of changed, but still, that's my opinion of him. Let's move on. So the next person that entered into the retreat is Haley.
Rah, rah, who the hell are we? We're the Zeta ladies, we're the best sorority. Woo! sorority at my college. You have to be fun.
So I love the background music that they use to introduce everybody, like ba ba na 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 da na 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 na. I just wanted to point that out. So anyway, Haley, her last name is Curtin. She is from the USA as well, Florida. It's saying that she's 20 years old. I noticed that a lot of these girls are young, you know, younger than drinking age. I don't know if they were fake drinking on the TV set, but they were young. So Haley is like a college girl. She's not too clever. I don't really like her. I feel like she came to the retreat and she wasn't really willing to learn anything. She wasn't really open to anybody, and I felt like she had a little bit of a crush on another girl, which you will see if you watch the show. But yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Haley. Just no. Let's move on.
I think I'm ready for some more men.
Me too.
Oh my god.
Just what I ordered. A man from each hemisphere.
If you come at me with an accent, oh my god, I literally turn into butter. Like, I just melt.
So Harry, let's talk about Harry. Harry is from, his last name is Josey, Jowsey. So he's from Queensland, Australia. He's 23 years old, and to me, I feel like he's silly, and you can actually tell that he's really young. The thing too is, like, in this world, a woman might be young, but like you can tell that she is mature, and if a man is young, he definitely is not mature, and that was what was up with Harry. Let's move on.
How do you describe quintessential British gentleman? I just tried to be a nice guy, something my mum would be proud of at the end of the day. Yeah, David, brains and brawn, hashtag post a six party.
So that was David. His last name is Burt Whistle, and he's from London, UK. He's 28 years old, and just watching him, you can tell that he's really sweet. The way he entered into the retreat, he had sunscreen, and he like approached the ladies and was like, oh, do you guys like have sunscreen on? And I guess that was his way of just like making his move slowly. I thought he was really sweet. Just seeing him and one other person, like right away, I was hoping that they would form a bond and like take it and go with it, but it didn't work out that way. I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, David is definitely a catch. The next person that comes in is a little troublemaker.
Yes.
This lighting is perfect. Oh, that one's fire.
I have 310,000 followers right now.
And that's Francesca. Her last name is Farago. She's from British Columbia, Canada, and she's 26 years old. Honestly, with her coming in, I didn't really like her personality. She seemed like a little bit standoffish, like I'm the shit, like anything I say goes. I didn't really like that about her. She's an Instagram model. And yeah, I don't know, I didn't really like her. Down the line, I guess I kind of was warming up to her. She was opening up a little bit and she was changing a little bit, but she was a little bit selfish throughout this entire process, I'll be honest right now. All right, let's move on.
We've got a new addition to the squad. What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Get in here.
Come on in. Yo, this is a fit group.
I love the commitment to the look. In this heat, you're wearing a beanie. I think
Yeah.
that's
Bro.
strong, mate.
Is it like a religious thing or is
This is just my swag, man.
So Matthew's last name is Smith. He's from Colorado, USA, another USA. He's 20 years old, and fun fact, he was actually in America's Next Top Model before. I can kind of see that in him. Like, he does have the physical features for that, which is kind of cool. But to be honest, I feel like he didn't really try to like form a connection in the group, and that's why he ended up throwing up the deuces halfway throughout the show. I felt like he could have formed a good relationship with somebody because he really did seem like a good person. But like I said, he didn't. And it is what it is. Let's move on.
I would rate myself a 10 out of 10. A woman should carry herself with confidence.
So that is Rhonda. Her last name is Paul. She is from Georgia, USA. She is 27 years old, and as you can see, she does have a really good body. She's the only black woman on the show, which I didn't really like. I felt like they should have invited like at least two black women, just to, you know, mix up the white color just a little bit. Let's keep moving.
I'm a professional drinker. I'm a big party girl.
It's
Ooh.
probably the Irish in me. I was in an all-girls school run by nuns. It's like really religious and Catholic. Everyone knows it.
She was in a all-girls school run by nuns. Can you believe that, Nicole? She doesn't look like she learned much from that school, to be honest. But anyway, her name is Nicole. Her last name is O'Brien. She is from Cork, Ireland. Another little diverse mix in here. She's 23 years old, and like she said, she's a party girl. I didn't see too much of her in the show. I mean, from what I did see, she was really sweet, but just like Matthew, I feel like she should have tried a little bit more to try and form a relationship. But yeah, she is really sweet. She made good friends with the girls, and she was really supportive of them, so I really like that about you, Nicole. Let's keep moving. One more person.
I'm Kels, and I'm king of the jungle. That's right. In every local competition, there can only be one alpha male. I've got a live tattoo here. It's basically how I see myself.
Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so that was Kels. His actual name is Kelechi Dyke. He's 27 years old, and he describes himself as the alpha male, and that he has a gravitational force that pulls women in. He doesn't go chasing. He just waits for his gravitational force to pull them in. Which I'm just like, okay. I didn't really like him, to be honest. I just felt like he was another cocky person, full of himself in a way. I didn't really like his attitude. The only thing that I really did like about him was the fact that he was concerned about the money. But yeah, he was concerned about the money, losing it, so he was called the accountant, which was cool. And he tried to enforce the fact that people need to not spend all the money that they have. Alright, let me not ruin any more of the show for you. So from what I was expecting, like after seeing just the beginning and stuff, I was expecting, of course, for all of them to break the rules. I guess I just expected it to be too much for them, that they would just break all the rules, basically. And to my shock, they were able to restrain themselves a little bit. There were some selfish people out there, but also there were two relationships that I could see being formed right away. So with Rhonda, the black girl, I was really hoping that she would form a relationship with David, because even Rhonda herself, like when she was talking about the people that she could technically be interested in, she mentioned David and she mentioned Sharon. And then on David's side, when he was talking about the people that he was interested in, he mentioned Rhonda. And so I was like, you know what, these two people would make a perfect couple. Like I really hope that they get along, and that did and did not happen, which I'm kind of upset about, but it is what it is. And then the other two people that I kind of saw like getting together were Harry and Francesca. Like I said, Harry is more like a child, and Francesca is more like Miss Queen Bee, Miss I'm the shit. So like I was expecting them to get together because I saw that they did like each other, but I didn't really expect it to be anything serious. Anyway, so what happened? Let's talk about what happened. So let's start with Francesca. Francesca could not keep her pants up, I guess. She just could not restrain herself, and I didn't really understand, like, is it really that hard to like to just say no? Is it really that hard? Can somebody please explain to me why it's so hard just to say no? Francesca broke the rules a couple of times. The first time she broke it was with Harry, but it wasn't really her fault. It was Harry's fault, but I mean, she did go ahead and kiss him, and he kissed her, and so they lost some money. So Harry pulled her to the side and was like, oh, like, you like me, I like you, we should just go ahead and just kiss. And so he went in to kiss her, and they ended up kissing, and they basically lost the group $3,000. And I love the fact that the prize money was just going down so quickly. Like, they weren't taking away $100, $200. They were taking away a good amount of money to teach these people a lesson. However, some people still didn't learn. But what was funny was, like, when they got together to talk about who breached the rules, Harry lied. Actually, you know what? Let me find the scene and we can watch it.
My heart's in the right place. What Harry says.
Oh yes, possum alfresco.
I feel like sex is like so valuable to really figure out how you truly feel.
Yes.
know what we want, okay? Lana isn't the police.
So as you saw over there, Harry was the one who initiated that kiss, but I guess to get himself off the back burner, he went in and told the guys that like, oh, Francesca was the one who initiated that kiss, and he lied about that. And I guess Francesca down the line got pissed about it, and that kind of ended their childish relationship. And down the line again, they got back together and so forth. Let me not ruin the whole show for you. Let's keep going. Chloe coming in, like the first person that she was interested in was Harry. They had this game the very first night where they were blindfolded and they were supposed to do stuff to each other and then guess who did what. And so Harry was up, he had the blindfold on, and then Chloe went in for the kiss. And as soon as Harry took off the mask, like clearly you could see who kissed you. She's standing right there wiping her lips and he's like, was it Francesca? My dude, really? Really? Oh my gosh, I felt like Chloe was really unlucky with the guys. I mean, there was one guy who was really interested in her, but he wasn't really her type, and so she kind of let him go. But yeah, other than that, you can see that she really developed throughout the whole show. I really like Chloe. Moving on, Rhonda. So the first action that you could see with Rhonda, she was lying down and David came up to her and he was talking about her, like asking if she was interested in him, and they confirmed that they were interested in each other. And he rubbed her bum and so forth and then left. And then Sharon came into the picture and he got a little bit more physical than David. They got a little bit cozy with each other. And so I guess that kind of took away Rhonda's mind from David, which I didn't really like. But going down, like Rhonda could see that Sharon really wasn't ready for a relationship. He wasn't opening up. And so she kind of let Sharon go just a little bit. And with that leeway, David came in and they had this activity and they were paired together, David and Rhonda. And it was so touching. Like David cried and I could feel his emotion, and I think that's when Rhonda realized that like maybe there is something there between both of them that could form. And so they kind of went on a date that night and Sharon got pissed. And David, being the sweetheart that he is, he went to Sharon and was like, look dude, like I came in here and I had an interest in Rhonda and so did you. But I can see that like you're not really open to the fact to like change and like build something. However, if you're saying that you will open up and you will try to develop a relationship with Rhonda, then I'll step back, I'll be the proper man, and I'll let you guys do your thing and try to figure that out. Which is so sweet. I don't know what guy on this planet would say, oh, because I see that you're forming a relationship with this girl, I'm just gonna step back and give you the opportunity to make that happen. Like, I really love David for that, even though I wanted him to form a relationship with Rhonda. It is what it is. Let's keep going. Kels. I don't know what to say about Kels. Like, his cockiness was just too much for me. I really don't like people like that. He had a chance with Francesca after they kind of broke up, Francesca and Harry, and he's always talking about gravitational force and blah 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 blah. And I don't know, I don't really have much to say about Kels. He's not my type. I definitely would not have gone for him, and he is what it is. I mean, he might be your type, but he's not my type. Let's talk a little bit about Haley. Haley was an outsider. I felt like the only person that she really formed a relationship was with Francesca, and in a way you could see that she was kind of interested in Francesca in more than like a girlfriend relationship. She was looking for more like girlfriend, like girl on girl. Other than that, she wasn't really trying to learn from the experience. She wasn't really trying to make friends. She wasn't really open to anybody. And so she did get booted in the middle of the show. You might want to check that out. I didn't really like her, so. And Matthew was cool. He is known as Jesus, the disciple. He was the first to establish the fact that he was on Lana's team, that he was there to learn and improve, but he didn't really form any relationships, and so he ended up checking up the deuces partway throughout the show. And lastly, Nicole, I really liked her. She was really a sweet girl. I could see that she really formed a good relationship with Chloe. She always had her back, but she should have tried more. She was a really cool girl. Last but not least, let's just go back and see when Alana was breaking the rules to them, and then I'll just wrap things up.
For them, it's about to become information overload.
You will have to abstain from sexual practices for the entirety of your stay. That means no kissing.
This is bullshit.
She just said no kissing, that's it.
No heavy petting.
This is literally bullshit.
Or sex of any kind.
No way.
Great.
Alright guys, that will be the end of me showing clips. Down the line, more people did come into the show. I'm not gonna ruin everything for you. If you want to find out what happened, something interesting does happen, so just go back, watch the show, and you'll find out what happened. But yeah, I just wanted to share my opinions thus far. I think it's a really awesome show. It's really different. I love the virtual guide, Lana. She did a good job. Lana, you did a good job. And Desiree, you did a good job of narrating the story. Right now, I haven't finished. I will finish soon though. I feel like it's a really short show. I mean, it's 8 episodes long. But I mean, it's a 1-month show. I really wanted more. But it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to another season. If you haven't watched the show already, you can see it's really juicy. It's honestly worth watching. So if you haven't watched the show, go ahead and watch the show. And let me know what you think down in the comments below after you've watched the show or after you've watched this. Like, are you gonna go watch the show now? Did I convince you enough? Are you on your way? Are you on Netflix right now? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little commentary. I haven't done anything like this before, but I thought I would, you know, just bring something different to my channel. Let me know if you guys liked it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts on Too Hot to Handle, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye.